This land is your land. This land is my land. From California, well, to the New York Island. From the Redwood Forest to the Gulf. Me doing, the work as well. I know she encouraged me, when, her sister died the same day she was diagnosed with cancer.
Oh, so, see, that's a lot. And that's how we met, because we were talking about that stuff.
Yeah. And so she just, told me to keep up doing my, good work too. So I've kind of had to, talk to her and keep her spirits up and counsel her to give her different, coping skills. When she was
that's how God works.
Mm-hmm.
He wouldn't have everything. People just don't understand that everything is there for a reason. She needed you, but you were the right person to need. Remember, I was talking about myself as with my cancer and the things that I went through. By me being a mental health nurse for so long, I was the only person that could get myself through certain things. Isn't that something?
You had the tools, you knew the coping skills, and you
right. But not only that, because I lived a clean life without drugs and alcohol, they said that's what saved my life. If I would have been somebody else, I wouldn't have been able to have fought off that deadly cancer. I would never have been able to do that. But that cancer was crazy, and I was born with it. Didn't even know it.
Okay.
It didn't even know it. And they said it was just laying dormant because I was living such a clean life, but with stress. I probably got stressed over something, or maybe it's just said like, hey, look, you know what? It's time for me to come on out now. This is it's here. I got to get out.
Stress does lead to other related illnesses.
Right, it does. So. And I learned how to really try to decrease on stress. I do have problems with. I told you money and something else.
Okay.
I ain't gonna talk
That's
about.
another thing.
Yeah. That's
you can come to see me for that.
That's right. Well, money stresses me out. Money stresses me out. So, for some reason, God has a way of working everything out.
Definitely.
He teaches me lessons, and I learn from it, and just I became. I don't know if you know this, but I want you to learn this too.
Yeah.
That amputees are the most sane people in the world.
Okay.
So remember that.
Okay.
They're the most sane people. You see.
Well, I'm
what department are you from?
I am a researcher now, so I will research that.
Well, that's what I read. Because they don't worry about little things. They don't worry about little things.
You know what they say, once you lose something, your other senses heighten.
Yeah.
So I can believe that.
And a lot of my senses have literally heightened. I can walk in somebody's house and tell them everything that is going on in that house. They'll be like, you can't even tell that I have a cat in this house. And I'm like, ooh, smells like you got 3 of them. I said, oh, okay. Okay. But I could tell I can smell all types of senses on people, smells, and it's just really crazy. They said when you have radiation, your nose gets like that. I was like, wow, I really didn't know that, but I smell things that other people, I said, do you smell that? And then they said, yeah, I had fish about a week ago. It's still in the air. Yeah, it is. Be like, yes, it is. I smell things so strong. It's unbelievable. And what else about me that I'm very strong because I had to work this arm out, and I had to work this arm out, and so I've always been small, but very, very strong. And now I'm even more stronger. And since I am a bionic woman now, so I'll tell you more about that too.
Okay.
I'm going to really become a bionic woman. So when I do that, I'm going to be extremely strong. So also, you're kind of already you're already working or doing your research now in mental health.
Correct. Yes.
That's wonderful. Do you do any one-on-ones or group therapies?
Yes, I do.
You do? Oh, okay. All right. What's one of the main concerns that they have? That, say, like if you caught up with something up in your brain,
everybody, again, every individual is different, and so it's life, adjustments in life. So it could be any number of things, people going through divorce, the loss of a spouse, stress, anxiety, depression, and so I deal with it all.
Have you ever really met a crazy person?
we don't use that.
Yeah, that's right. But what I'm trying to say is,
the term,
have
but
you ever
if I ever have someone that needs help beyond my scope of expertise, I can always refer them to.
But what I mean by a crazy person, have you ever met anybody that's so locked in that they don't know who they are, where they're going, they don't know anything?
Definitely, and at that point, you just need to make a crisis phone call and call for assistance, call for an ambulance to come assist you and transport the patient to a hospital.
Oh, okay.
So,
yes. So you have, okay. So it's not just a person who has a problem in coping. My wife died, situations happening.
Well, that's why, we try to intervene and assess them and see how severe they are, so we can, get them to be able to, talk through the issues, process their emotions, and give them the coping skills and tools that they need.
Oh, okay.
So,
okay. And this is something that you find you really like this, don't you?
I do. Absolutely.
I understand, because this is something that I've always liked too. I like helping people, and that's why I said I asked you if you've seen anybody that is really out of there. I've worked in some places that they were really like that. And
well, when I did EMT for a while, I transported a lot to psych facilities.
That's where I worked.
I have seen them in different facilities.
And even them, I have to tell you, I found out that even the ones that I was talking about, I was just saying that they're not really crazy. I was just saying that, but I found out that they're really, everybody can be adjusted, because I've seen them. I've seen how, and then you start knowing what starts them to do certain things, like certain medication will start you to act differently. They give you this medication, and then they give you another medication for that, and it's
if you can redirect their thinking, that helps.
Yeah. So if you know anybody, what's one of the most major things that people are concerned about, or that they talk about? What's some of their major issues, you think, that you see the most?
Just say anxiety about different things. People going through divorce, they're anxious about what do I do next in life, now that I'm not with my spouse anymore.
Grief.
or people that have lost their jobs, you know, they're anxious about what am I going to do, you know, to make a living, anxious about some people being in school again after so many years, having anxiety about that. So
because everything, they said everything is causes a person to stress out. Even if it's a good thing, you buy a new house, a new car, a new relationship, those are stressors right there. You know, I guess it's real. It's not easy living in this kind of world with all this modern technology. It's driving me crazy, really, to be honest. I'm going crazy. Because do you know that I have to go to bed with technology, wake up with technology? I had to rely on technology for my scheduling. It's just everything that I do, and I'm one of those people that really keep up with technology. You know, I buy everything so that I can have it.
I don't think most people know how to be social anymore. Everything
these millennium people, they say they don't even know how to talk on the telephone.
They don't have social skills.
Yeah, no social skills.
You know, everything is about a computer. You know, we've gotten out of the practice of just sitting down eating with your family. Playing board games. You know, throwing a ball with your, you know.
They don't even know how to fight. They don't even know how to fight. They just got guns. They don't even know how. They can't fight because their pants are falling down. They can't even walk.
That's a whole nother.
That's a that's a whole something different. But it's just to show that they can't be the people who they're losing out on so much. They're losing out on a whole lot of things. That's what helped bring people up in life. Parts of falling and getting into fights and having arguments and this and that and walking away. And it's just that. That's part of I got to learn from my mistake off of that so it won't happen again.
The communities used to be involved too. You know, when we were growing up, the saying about it takes a village to raise a child. And, you know, we've gotten away from that.
We just inside our own little homes. We don't know our next door neighbors.
Not worrying about one another.
Right.
And,
well, you know, I watched on Facebook, they were saying, this man said, do you see what's wrong with this street? And he said, Big Mama is not outside watching the kids. She said, and he said, we don't have not one person on the street watching the kids. There are no kids outside, period. They don't know how to interact. So interaction is gone.
You know what I saw this weekend, and I was riding down the street, and I was like, oh wow, that is just absolutely beautiful.
Some kids playing.
I saw some young men. Some were on the barbecue grill, and the other ones had set up a table, and they were playing cards. And I thought, man,
you don't see that family get-togethers like
but
that.
It was so beautiful. I wanted to just stop and watch, take a picture, because if we just got back to that.
Yeah, just but we can't because we haven't been brought up to even love ourselves. So I mean, how am I gonna love my little children? Because I don't even know how to love myself. How am I gonna love my children, my next door neighbor? See, compassion and every sympathy and empathy, all of that is gone out the window because we don't have contact with each other. Everybody's scared you're gonna learn my business. I put mine out there because it you know, whatever. One day I might become a movie star. You know, anything can happen. And then they say, well, I would say, yes, it's true. I say that all the time on my show.
Well, like true. They say, take time just to smell the roses, just to be happy. And it's the simple things.
It is the simple things.
It is such the simple things. Like just take your kid and go get an ice cream cone. It is my son, I could go get him a Frosty from Wendy's, and he has the biggest smile on his face.
Yeah.
And it's just people have gotten away from the simple things.
Just little bitty things.
Go walk on the lakefront for free. Just and put a blanket on the the beach, have a picnic.
Yeah, that was so nice.
It was.
That was
And
really.
so I believe if we could just get back to the basics, communities, loving each other, I know that it can make a world of a difference.
I have a friend that invited me to his park, and I went, and I couldn't understand, why he really wanted me to see this park. This park was so adorable. I have another park that I go to that's pretty, and it's small, but this park is huge. It's large and it's adorable. It has everything. I was walking, people are walking around there, fishing. It's all different types of different types of flowers, and it's trails, and he was saying, Markie, look at this. These are bumblebees. These are which I saw a bumblebee. I haven't seen a bumblebee in years. I was like, is that a bumblebee? And he said, yeah, that's a bumblebee. And I was seeing butterflies. I saw wasps and bees and those other things. Were it doctor flies or something? I saw everything that we used to see when we were kids. I saw everything in this park.
The dragonflies.
Dragonflies. So I saw everything that we used to see in this, and they had all these ponds, and they had in the pond had all these turtles, and what else did they have? All sorts of different birds that the people that was walking by, they were pointing out all the different types of birds that was there. And it's because the community decided to enhance this park. When you start planting in your park and putting things in there that most parks don't really have, all these different plants and stuff, these different trees, that brings on the flowers, which brings the bees, which brings all the different bumblebees and
I believe
the butterflies.
I believe in what do they?
I
call it positive energy.
Yeah,
but it's
And I just thought that, I said, this is really, it was really nice, and I met some really nice people. They had everything else in there, but it was just a little bit of everything that was in there that I hadn't seen, and it was all types of flowers, different types of trees. My friend knows all about all the different types of trees and this and that, and so he showed me everything that's in this park, and this lady had she had talked to me. In fact, I'm going to do a show with her too, because she knows about all the. She was pointing everything out. They have everything in here, all the different, everything that you could see was up in there. It was just unbelievable, and that was something that I hadn't seen in a long time. And that's something like when you say you got to stop and smell the roses, you really do, and you need to stop and smell the roses and slow down and teach your children how to do it.
Expose them to different things.
Yeah. And I think that's what it is that we're so far behind in parenting. I think we're about like 4 generations behind. Sometimes the women had, sometimes, and it's really not all their fault, they had to jump in and get the education and to try to bring home the bacon for the family, but the babies were left behind, and then some of them didn't get education or anything. It just didn't come home, so you can't say who was right or who was wrong. Now we just have a situation. We have a bad situation right now. We really need to do something about our city, and it involves everybody, and it's not just white and black or whatever nationality. It's all of us. We're all going to struggle behind this. I mean, don't you think so? I think we will. Yeah, we will. So what would you say to somebody who actually has a problem, say like if a person that has a problem and you may hear or you may know, would you approach them and say like, I think you need this, or would you steer them to, maybe you should go to this particular place for this particular problem? Well, what do you think?
I usually keep business cards on me, so a lot of times it's through talking to friends, different people saying that they, know people that have issues going on, and I just try to tell them it's okay.
Yeah, it is okay
to ask for help and to need help. Sometimes you just may need to vent.
That's what you should put on your card. Don't take it. She's already got it. I'm patenting it for her right now. It's okay.
It is okay. And so that's basically what I tell them. It is okay. It's not okay if you keep it in and you don't talk about it.
No, it's not. It's a terrible thing. It's a really terrible thing. So, okay. Well, we're gonna wrap up now, and thank you so much, Janet, and I appreciate you being here. You're a wonderful conversationalist. I really enjoyed it. Oh, no problem. I mean, and I want to have you back again as well, because we're going to have more to talk about as you continue on. Oh, that's what it, wait a minute, before we stop for a minute. And Janet also is not just going to try to get into her mental health issues, but into that, but she's also going to be trying to get involved more into the community. She's going to be a leader, trust me. She is going to be a leader, and we're going to see more of Janet, aren't we, Janet?
Yes.
Okay. So say goodbye.
Hi.
That was a good one. I like that. That was really nice. That's good. Where'd you get that dress from?
My mother bought you. I work in a jail all the time, so we're in uniform. So when I start interning with the doctor, she went and bought me dresses.
Because sometimes I didn't get a chance to wear a lot of my clothes because I was wearing uniform. But I like that. That is cute. She
got from Macy's. She did.
Oh, I never even shopped at Macy's. I do mostly a lot of
it's
things
therapeutic for her.
It is therapeutic.
When she would finish with her chemo, she'd want to go to Macy's and get her chocolates and go shopping. So that's what we did. She had a baby. I'm like, okay, she bought me a ton, but it's therapy for her.
But she is she still having chemo now?
No, she's done.
Did she have to have radiation?
She did not. She had chemo.
Oh, okay.
And now my grandmother, her mother is 93. They just found a mass on her liver, so I've been trying to call her all day. We should have heard from the doctors by now, so I'm actually going to move her in next.
Oh, okay. You can see, that's why I say he gave you the tools so you can work with, so it wouldn't be so hard. Because somebody else, that would be too much.
Broke down.
That wouldn't. That would just be it would be a whole lot.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's what your mom. She looks a lot younger.
But just like you were saying, your lifestyle kept you. Now, see, both of her sisters passed away from cancer.
Oh, yeah.
She survived, I know, because of her clean lifestyle. She walks. When I tell you she drinks more than a gallon of water a day, I have the people deliver the 5 gallons to the house, and we get 10 at a time. She will drink one of those in 3 days. So she does snack, but that water she does, and I prepared the meal, so I'm all about.
You've been drinking a lot of that water too. I could tell.
The vegetables and fruit. I need to do more than I'm doing, but
I've
been doing more than usual. Because I told her my son goes back to school on the 20th, and so I had actually been off from the jail because I broke my foot doing so much running around the house. So
I had my foot broke. I just got to
I'm doing nerve
healed.
therapy. I'm still in nerve therapy, so I haven't been able to been at the jail right now. So I'm doing nerve therapy with the right foot. And I got nerve damage after I broke my foot, and so but
Well, good luck with your grandmother.
Oh yeah.
Well,
she's a strong woman.
yeah. She'll probably be able to work all that out because look how long it took for her to get any kind of. But
she's outliving her children.
But see, this is the time right now where everybody getting cancer. You have to be in better shape. You got to be in better shape. You got to be doing a whole lot more. Can't be out here dragging your body down, because that probably is one of the things that's feeding cancer anyway, making it come in your body.
And you know what? I would love to do pet therapy too with a lot of people, because pets just do something to you.
Yeah,
they do something.
They do.
They do something. When you don't have anybody, that little pet will curl up with you.
Look, I got these little things that when I just got this little dog right here.
Oh, let me show you my baby.
Let me tell you what he did. So he's a boy. I had a $300 bill right down here. He gonna come to the house. You know how the boys want to
lift their leg up,
mark their territory. I was like, what? And his urine was so strong. The more I tried to clean it, the stronger it got. Girl had to wind up throwing it away. And I got this one come out of one of the bedrooms. So I said, I can't keep doing.
You know what?
So listen, I got these little things so he can come past. I said, you gonna stay right here. You cannot come past here. So some kind of way, me and my sister went out, and she said, oh, look at the little dog. He's at the door greeting us. I said, greeting us? He's supposed to be behind that thing. So he looked like this. And then he got behind, pulled the thing back, and sat up like this. Like, I don't even know what he realized what he did. Is that a poodle?
It's a Shih Tzu.
Oh, that's what he is. He's a Shih Tzu Yorkie. A Shih Tzu Yorkie.
And this is the Husky.
Oh, are you gonna have any kids with that? Give me one. Okay. What are you gonna think you're gonna do? That's what I want.
I gotta find somebody to make them with.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got two babies.
Because I want it right at the beginning, because you know I've had about 4 Huskies.
Okay.
You know, in my lifetime, 4 Huskies. The last 2, they was crazy. They had too much wolf in them, and they said they got too much wolf.
But you know what? I take him to school.
Yeah, but you know what? He was past 7 months. They said he's too old. We have to take him to Husky Rescue. So I sent him to Husky Rescue. But they said if you get them when they're first born, you can.
See, he's at school.
Oh, he said, oh, okay, he been learning. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what you gotta have. You have to on those dogs.
I take them to school.
Yeah, you have to on those dogs.
And that one, the big one behind them, is a cane corso. See that big?
This land is your land. This land is mine.